Now don't forget, you've got a chance to take part on our feature table or in the battleships. All you need to do is go to the website, aworldofpoker.tv, and you can take part in one or both of our competitions. Now we don't charge you a penny, so you've really got no excuse not to take part. After the break, our pros are going to come and have a look at the feature table and give us some commentary on it. And then we'll be having the final part of our road report from the Paddy Power Irish Open in Dublin.
aworldofpoker.com.
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 Here we are after our feature table with our two professionals. I must admit I'd rather been hoping that we might have had an amateur with us. But I just wanted to point out to you that people might think that they ganged up on the amateurs, but I hate to admit it, they didn't. They actually played really, really fairly. When it got three-handed, it could have been quite easy for them all to gang up on poor old Weebrick, but they didn't. They played fair and a good heads-up game. So, well done, boys.
Thank you.
Did you have any strategy, Alistair?
No, I didn't, because not having played it, there were three players on the table I'd never played with before. So I personally took a view that I just needed to ease into the game. I was quite fortunate. I hit a couple of nice hands early doors and just picked up a couple of small pots. But I just wanted to ease into the game, get a feel for their styles, their manners of play, how relaxed they were. I mean, it's difficult for them because, you know, it's a camera environment. They've got live cameras. They're in a studio, so it's a bit alien. But I thought they all handled themselves very well. I really did.
What do you think, Malcolm?
Well, it was a funny sort of competition in as much as Alistair and I were only playing for pride. I mean, it's a bit awkward. You're actually trying to keep guests, people who it's quite a decent tournament for them. It means a lot to them. They could have been playing in Ireland. So they're playing for a lot, and we're actually doing our best to stop them.
But that's your job, though, isn't it?
But we're doing it. So that's a bit awkward because they were all nice people. I think so their play is different for them.
Yes.
We got nothing to lose whatsoever. I expected them to take us on more because the minute they could get one of us out, it made a seat available for them. As long as we were both in, there was never a seat. And they all played, I thought, a bit too passive. In fact, the opposite happened. We ended up attacking them most of the time. So it was awkward for them. I think generally, nobody really got many good hands. Weebrick, you know, I know that. He didn't get many hands because I kept looking at his hands every time he picked his cards up. So he didn't get any hands. James probably had a few, but he walked and he got unlucky against me. The other guy, I forgot his name, Steve. He seemed to handle it quite well. I think it was his first big occasion.
But he never really got going.
But he never really got a bit of luck against me with the sixes.
Oh, I thought he played those brilliantly.
Just to pick up on what Malcolm said in terms of passive play, when Malcolm actually moved all in and James called 6-7 ace king, Dawn, directly on my right, had a pair of threes.
Yeah.
Now, if she had made the move there and then, Malcolm would have passed his hand 6-7 off suit. He's not going to collar it. He can make a move with a hand. And if Dawn makes the move with a pair of threes, she obviously gets called by James, and she actually wins the hand. So it was just picking up on Malcolm's point that they were just a bit too passive. They needed to be more aggressive. It's a satellite table. It's a short clock. 5,000 antes, 5,000 chips, starting chips.
Yes.
So it is fast and furious, and they had to adapt to that. Malcolm and I, having the experience that we have, did adapt to it.
So basically your advice to anyone who's coming on the feature table in future is be aggressive. Don't sit around waiting for the best hand. You don't necessarily need the best hand to win. Just make a move and play your cards. Our trophy remains unwon this week because Alistair can't take it because he's a professional.
Unfortunately not. I have to leave it here.
Anyway, we're now going to go across to our third and final part of the road report, which is from the Paddy Power Open in Dublin.
Hi, this is Mark Greenwood of A World of Poker at the 25th Irish Open. We are currently on level 3. The players have just returned from a break. The level of blinds now is 100-200. Plenty of play in the game. The players started with 10,000 chips. There's been a few casualties already. We're expecting a sellout of 350, but unfortunately one or two of the players were delayed with flights, and we ended up with a field of 339. Okay, which basically meant that we had a prize pool of €1,068,000. A fabulous effort. They guaranteed €1 million, and thankfully they've exceeded that figure anyway. At the moment we have 301 players remaining. We're basically working on a 1 hour clock with quite a slow anti-structure, so there's a lot of play in this event, and it really is turning into quite a good event. At the moment the average chip count has moved up from 10,000 to 11,262, and hopefully this level we may see a fair bit of action. Basically tonight we're going to run till 4 o'clock in the morning, so we'll have started at 4:10 p.m, so we're going to finish at 4:10 a.m. in the morning. By that time I would expect we will have lost half the field, so it's going to narrow the field quite considerably, and it's going to make for quite an exciting day tomorrow. What the intention tomorrow is to get down somewhere in the region of 36 players and basically play down to the final 6, where it's going to be televised on Sky Sports 2 Live.
And here we are with Jonathan Wong. Jonathan's just been knocked out 4th of the Irish Open.
Yeah.
Jonathan, it was a horrible bad beat that you've gone out on there.
Yeah.
Vince has made a move and raised. You came over the top. You've considered the raise. You came over the top, committed your chips, and I was actually amazed that he called, but he did.
Yeah.
He's put his chips in, and you must have been delighted when the cards come over. Ace-9 against Ace-10.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought he was tilting from the hand before. I put him on a weaker ace, to be honest, and I thought that he would either fold or he'd call me behind.
Right.
I didn't think he'd call, to be honest.
Indeed, I was surprised he called.
Well, yeah, I think he was just tilting from the hand before.
Right.
But nothing I can do about it.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you've done the best you can in poker, because the object of this game is to get chips in the middle of the table with the best hand.
Yeah.
Thereafter, it's down to the man above.
Yeah.
And fate.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen. But I mean, if you'd won that hand, you'd have been back in the game, big style.
Yeah. I needed to double up. I couldn't play my proper game without having chips to manoeuvre with.
Indeed. Now you're standing here, 21 years old, £50,000, Richard, 70,000 euros. How does that make you feel?
I can't complain. You know, like I'm a lot richer. I'm a lot happier. You know,
Your lucky charm stood beside you.
Yeah, my lucky charm.
Aye.
Beautiful girlfriend. It's just because it's straight after the bad beat. I don't feel
Indeed.
in the best frame of mind.